Welcome to Look Up, Andre's Stories. I'm your host, Andre, coming to you from the Gulf of America studios here in the 321. And we're going to start off the show with a scripture. This is John chapter 1, verse 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John chapter 1, verse 14. All right. Christmas is going to hit here in just a couple more days here. And we had our Christmas party at my company, a.k.a. Hot Wheels. We had a great time out there. We watched the boat parade, which is really nice. We had some wonderful food. And got some really nice prizes too. So the party got rather festive. A lot of different interesting things took place. We had live music. The performer would also take various musical requests as well, which was pretty cool to be able to just walk up and say, I want to hear Roxanne by the Police, or whoever you wanted to hear. And he would play it. So that was pretty fabulous, as the owners definitely gave us a first-rate Christmas party. It was very plush, very nice out on the water, as we could enjoy the boat parade. And it was a wonderful time, very thankful for it. We work for some really great people at my company. We also won some really nice prizes too. I was blessed with winning something very nice, along with a few other co-workers too, which was very good. And while we were enjoying ourselves at the party and we were watching the boat parade, well, something a little unexpected happened. The parade's going on. We're enjoying ourselves. And we're watching the boats pass by, and they're passing by really close. I mean, we're having conversations with the people on the boats as they're passing by. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know we would be this close to the boats that we can actually converse and they could hear us and we didn't have to yell really loud. So they're passing by. We're having a good time. We're yelling back and forth and enjoying the moment. Then at one point, as I'm watching the parade, some people are jumping up and down in excitement and everything, and I'm starting to feel the deck vibrate a little bit. And a little voice in my head said, is that normal for the deck to vibrate? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not an expert in this kind of thing. So I instinctively stepped to my left and went on the other dock that was right next to it. And shortly after I did that, the dock collapsed on the people who were on the other dock, and I couldn't believe it. People were in the water while we're watching the boat parade. We've got people screaming for help. It was pretty wild. A couple of my coworkers got their clothes soaked. One guy had to have his pants dried in the dryer because he was way down there in the water, as a few people got to get pulled up out of the water. It was a little drama there for a moment. It was really strange. And I'm starting to think alligators down in the water. I'm thinking maybe bull sharks. And as I'm looking at the deck as it's collapsed down, I'm starting to think of the old movie Jaws. I'm like, that kind of reminds me of that boat at the end of the movie when it pretty much had it because a shark had his way with the boat. And that boat was pretty much done, submerged, and that deck was kind of the same way. And I was a little freaked out, like, whoa, what just happened here? Did we almost die? I mean, when the deck was going down, we were just like, did that just really happen? And yeah. So that was a very interesting moment in the party. But after that little adventure there, we went back to enjoying the boat parade and so forth. And we really had a story to tell and share. That was a little excitement and drama. So Looks like some of my coworkers are going to have a little project as far as repairing that deck, which ironically, some of the people who were on the deck when it went down are people who do work for them in that capacity. So that was a little interesting. Now, one of my coworkers, sadly, he lost a good pair of shoes that he was wearing. He had just bought them that day for the party, was excited, but as soon as those shoes got soaked, he says those things shrunk down to about half the size, and now only a child could wear those shoes. So I was like, man, that was a bad break for you, man. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that was a pretty little wild adventure. And that was my first time at the owner's home. So I was like, wow, I'm going to really remember this time here at the party, being at their house for the very first time. So, yeah, that got the party surging there. And, from that point forward, it was pretty festive, let's just say. All right, now moving on from the party, I was relaxing the other day over at the beach, trying to just de-stress, enjoy myself, because it's always good to go to the beach, kind of unwind, not listen to your phone, and just try to, just have a moment of peace out there. So I'm walking around on the beach, relaxing, enjoying myself. It's nice and cool. It's not too hot, my kind of beach time. Listening to the waves on the ocean and all those kind of nice things. So as I'm walking around, I notice I see a bird hooked on this guy's line. This guy was out fishing, and he accidentally hooked a bird. And I'm just like, wow, anything can happen out here in the 321, as I just randomly saw this bird hooked. And I'm like, wow, how's this going to unfold? So I'm just kind of hanging out, watching it, thinking, okay, how are they going to get out of this one? Are they going to need to call wildlife at some point? But yeah, it got pretty wild watching all that stuff. So as that was going on, I'm kind of filming it, kind of walking around, trying to relax at the same time and wonder, how will this all end? Yeah. So I'll pick up on that story in just a moment, as I'm just thinking about some other things here as far as that goes. I'm kind of doing the weave, as the president would do, where you talk about one thing, then you jump to another, and then you jump back. So we're going to weave into another slightly different topic here. Thinking back to Christmas and Christmas parties and things of that nature, I was thinking it would be kind of cool if at a Christmas party you had karaoke and you randomly pick numbers out of the basket, and if your number is picked, you have to go up there and sing whatever song is the song that they tell you to sing. I think that would be pretty hilarious to see a little Christmas karaoke going on, singing different traditional Christmas songs, and we could film it and save it. And I think that'll be a pretty cool time, a little Christmas karaoke. So maybe we'll see that, or maybe you've done some Christmas karaoke. If you have, let me know. But I think that would be a really cool time to see some of that going on. Now, let's see here. I've been reading some new books lately. I recently picked up this one book called Uncharted: How Trump Beat Biden, Harris, and the Odds in the Wildest Campaign in History by Chris Whipple. And yes, it was a wild campaign when you think about it. You had one guy running against, at the time, the former President Trump. Then Kamala takes over and is running against him. And it was another memorable campaign, let's just say. So reading this book is quite fascinating. And I suggest it as a good read, because I think you would get a lot out of it, because it's very interesting. Yes. So let me think here. Let's see what else happened at our Christmas party. Oh, our crew, we'll call them the pre-gaming crew. Our pre-game crew, they kind of showed up a little bit late to the party, which I kind of knew was going to happen, because they told me prior about their whole little pre-game plan, and I was thinking they'll be lucky if they even make the party, the way they were talking about their whole pre-game strategy. But thankfully, they did get to the party safely, Maybe it was good they got there later because they might have been down in the water with that dock collapsing. So that wouldn't have been so fun for them. So, but yeah, they got there and they had a good time as well. And they had some very interesting little stories to share as well too. So maybe we'll get to their stories another time. So I'm back at the beach watching the whole thing with the bird, the fisherman, and the hook. And seeing this poor bird trying to get away. And the fisherman is like a little dumbfounded as to how he's going to get this bird released because the bird's moving around. The hook's in the bird. The bird's probably in pain, squirming around. So as I watch this unfold, and I'm no bird expert or fish expert to even step in to help, but out of nowhere, this one bold and brave, I'll call her a Florida woman, she walks over and actually intervenes and helps them in the situation. She takes a hold of the bird and picks up the bird, and then she helps the guy get the bird free. So they're kind of messing around with the bird and they're grappling with the bird. The bird's moving around. And eventually, she unhooks the bird and the bird is set free. It was pretty wild to watch the whole thing go down because I thought for a moment they were going to have a lot of problems trying to free that bird. But yeah, and looks like the bird was all right. You know, that bird was flapping its wings and flying and probably very thankful it got away. You know, I thought the bird might want to get a little revenge and maybe peck at them, but I guess the bird knew the people had good intentions. So that was pretty wild to watch that go down as well with the fishing. So you never know what you're going to see out there in the 321. You're just minding your own business, walking around, and you see birds getting hooked by fishermen. I'm used to the birds usually flying around, swooping down into the water and grabbing a fish and flying away, which that is some kind of a sight to see. So, well, it's about time to wrap up this episode of the show as Christmas is upon us. And I hope everyone has a very safe and Merry Christmas. And also remember who Christmas is really about. Sometimes you get a little too wrapped up in the traditions and the gifts and what did I get and will they like my gift and things like that, when the real gift is the man himself who came down to be a human and save all of us, Jesus Christ. So he is the man of the hour. It is his day. So let's always remember that and not complain about what gifts we have, and let's be thankful for what we got and just thankful for our life and health and things of that nature, because last couple of months of this year have been kind of rough. A lot of interesting things have been going on in the world, and yeah, it's kind of been a rough ride these last couple of months. So let's pray that 2026 is a little more peaceful and glorious, and we can all enjoy our lives very well in 2026, and your dreams and achievements can come true. So, all right. Once again, I want to thank you for listening to Look Up, Andre's Stories, and have a great day. And thank you very much for listening. Thank you.